Hey, it is Sunday night, so guess what that means? We are here for Learning with Lynn. I'm Lynn Huber.
And I'm Richard.
And that's Richard. So if you're here, say hi. If you're watching the replay, be sure to type replay. I am so excited about what we have for you guys tonight. So hopefully we're live. I don't see any comments yet. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to move some things around. And let me see, I'm going to share my screen. Hey, Rick. Hey, Anitra. Hi, Tina. Glad you guys are all here. Awesome. So now you're seeing my screen. So what we're going to do today is we are going to talk about this daily 8. Now, it all came out in an email. You saw this on, when was this? On Monday? I think on Wednesday. I don't remember. But anyway, I think it was Wednesday. It came out this week. Your daily 8. And this is what we're going to talk about. Hi, Aaron. Good to see you. So, you guys, can you believe this? June is over already. I don't know what happened. I mean, April and May seem like they lasted 12 years, and June has just flown by, even though we're still kind of stuck at home, still kind of crazy. But hey, our year, hi, Sherry, good to see you. Our year is half over. So I wanted to do something to pump you guys into gear and help you grow your business. And let's make this year, even though it's been a crazy start to this year and half of it's gone, let's take the second half and make it your best year ever. This is what I want to do. Hi, Kathy. Good to see you. So this is our daily 8. This is a system. It's actually a system I used a long time ago in my Avon business. I used to teach it to our team. And I dug it out and dusted it off and freshened it up, and now I'm going to use it for you guys. Now, I talked about in the Facebook Live that we were going to kick off an incentive, and I struggled with that word because I wasn't sure what to call it. Hi, Elizabeth. And Anitra's been reading it. Awesome. So I wasn't sure what to call it. I mean, incentive, I don't know if that's really the right word because it's not like I have prizes or, cash prizes or whatever. But I am going to make it an incentive because I'm going to make it something that's available for everybody. I'm going to acknowledge everybody. I'm going to work with you whether you're on my team or not. Everybody is welcome, and we're going to give you lots of recognition. And your incentive, I guess, is that you're going to grow your business. You're going to make money, and you're going to get recognition, right? And so everybody can play. You don't have to be on our team. Everybody is welcome. And so what this daily 8 system is basically it's a system. So most people work 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week to earn a full-time income. And they do this for about 40 years and then retire on 40% of what wasn't enough to live on to begin with, right? How many of you guys understand that already? So, we end up broke. We end up living on our retirement. I mean, what retirement we have and Social Security. But we never really have enough money. And so the answer to this is with your Avon business, you can earn a better than average income regardless of your educational background or your experience level. And by using this daily 8, you can do this in a whole lot less than 8 hours a day and 40 hours a week. So the daily 8 system is a proven formula. Like I said, I used it in my team before. I've dusted it off and made it new. And but instead of working 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week, your goal is to capture 8 points a day, 5 days a week for a total of 40 points. So it says print this sheet and use it to track your weekly points. So I'm going to open that up. It opens a PDF. And let me see if I can make that big. There. So there you go. So this is the PDF. And so this is basically the same thing that's on the, maybe this isn't going to work. So this is the same thing that's on that, on the web page. But, so you're going to work you're going to get 8 points a day, 5 days a week, which is a total of 40 points. Now, if you're not looking for full-time income and you don't want to get 8 points a day or 40 points, that's okay. That's totally okay. I'm not here to beat you up. I'm here to cheer you on. I'm here to help you do what it is you want to do. So if you really have very little time to your business, maybe you might be concentrating on 4 points a day, 28 points a week. Although, seriously, if you, I mean, 8 points a day isn't going to take you that much time. And the cool thing is each of these little steps that you do to get those points are going to be able to fit into the little pockets of time you have. So like if you're out, I don't know, if you're taking your kids to a softball game, you know, it's still tough right now because we're still in this coronavirus, and I get it. But I'm just talking about overall, and I don't know where things are going to go. So you might be taking your kid to a softball practice. I don't know. You know, you might be taking your kid to school, but there's like things you can do in the time that you have. So 20 minutes here, 15 minutes there. If you use those pockets of time instead of wasting them just surfing on Facebook, you can use them to actually get points, and you can seriously grow your business. So the real secret to being successful with Avon is that there is no secret. Seriously, it just takes a simple plan and the dedication and commitment to work that plan consistently, and that's it. So that's what we're going to do, is we're going to give you a plan to work. Were you getting ready to say something?
No, I was just going to say, you know, the thing about getting the points, it's not about trying to see if you can get these 8 points a day. It's the system that it's going to create. So that the things you're creating will make it, you know, you'll be working smarter, not harder, and you'll be able to create things that will help increase your income in your Avon business or other business.
Yeah, yeah. So scoring instructions. Unless otherwise noted, you're going to receive 1 point per day for that action, no matter how many times you did that action. The reason for that is because in order to be successful in your Avon business, you need to be able to do a wide variety of things, not just one thing. And so, you know, we'll talk about it when we get a little bit farther into this, but basically it's 1 point per day for that action, unless I tell you different, right? So let's just go to the next page and we'll talk about it. So this is how you get your points. So this is the tracking sheet. You would just put the week of, what week it is, day 1 through 5. Whatever days you want to work your business is totally up to you. If you want to work 7 days, I don't care if that's up to you, but I am only scheduling this for 5 days a week. So I'm assuming that people want, you know, one Sunday to rest and maybe a day off, whatever. So the first one, prospecting for customers. That means in order to get a point, you have to have at least 3 names, 3 new names and their contact information. So you're going to give out brochures, whether it be paper or digital. You're going to collect their contact information from at least 3 people. And if you get 3 new names, then that's 1 point. So let me scroll down to the part here about that. So prospecting for customers. So like, let's just say if you get 6 names of potential customers, it's still 1 point, okay? But you're going to grow your business. Don't worry about limiting it. Don't say, well, I don't want to get more than 3 because I only get 1 point, because you're growing your business, right? You're the more names you get, the more you're going to do. You know, more your business is going to happen. So here's some ideas about you know, meeting people. So offer a brochure to everyone you meet. You know, your brochure is really the heart of your business. It's your store. And if you don't have brochures to give out, you're not likely to receive orders from customers, and you're not going to be able, and if you're not getting new potential customers, you're not going to be able to grow your customer base, right? So you can use the paper brochure, you can use the digital brochure. That's totally up to you. But the most important thing is collect their contact information so that you can follow up in a couple of days. Swap and drop is a method that's simple but effective. So swap business cards everywhere you go with everyone you meet. Now, maybe really you'll give a brochure instead of a business card, but a business card's fine. As like, you know, if maybe if you're texting a brochure to somebody, maybe you'll get a business card from them, or you'll get their text information in your phone. A really great way to do this is if you meet somebody, you can say to them, and if you want to use a digital brochure, you can say to them, have you seen Avon's new digital brochure? Did you even know Avon was digital? We have a really cool brochure that you literally can scroll through the pages, right? And then if they say, oh, that'd be cool, I'd like to check that out, then you get their name and their phone number and enter them in as a contact in your phone, and then text the link to them. Now you have their contact information, right? So that's one way. Lifestyle marketing, as you're participating in various activities, you know, be sure to have plenty of brochures for the people you meet. So if your kids are in sports, bring a bag of brochures and samples to give out to the parents who might be, watching the game. If you're at a gathering of family, friends, or business associates, brochures are great. If you're going to the grocery store, put 4 or 5 brochures in your, in the part where you sit the baby in the cart. Put some brochures there, and as you're walking through the store, if you see someone looking at them, you can ask them, "Hey, would you like a brochure?" Right? Reciprocal marketing, that's like, anybody that you do business with, so your person that does your hair or your nails, even like your dentist, you're giving them money, right? They should be supporting your business. So that's another one. Networking meetings. So if you can go to meeting groups like BNI or Team or Kiwanis or Chamber of Commerce, getting in front of people and making contact, using business cards, sharing your Avon online store. Now, all of these things I understand are still probably a little tough with COVID, okay? You can also go door to door. There's other things, and we'll talk about that. There's other things like you can leave a brochure on the doorstep. But what I'm talking here is active prospecting, because you need 3 names. You're not done until you get your 3 names, right? Tina, who's I know is on this call, Tina, she had a goal. She has a goal to give out 3 brochures every campaign. And she was on her way she had been at work all day, and she was on her way to an Avon sales meeting. And she knew that if she didn't get these books out, she was not going to be able to get them out, because by the time we got done with the sales meeting, she'd be going home and be tired and all that. And so she was driving on the way to the meeting, and she saw a bus stop, and she saw a bunch of people standing there waiting for the bus. And she looked behind her in the car in her rearview mirror, and there was no bus behind her. So she literally just pulled right into the bus stop and said, "Hey, I'm with Avon, and I have free brochures. Who would like a brochure?" And then she got their contact information. So just like that, she got her 3. I think she got more than 3. But just like that, she got her 3 names. So it doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to take a lot of time. One thing that I love to do, the way I do it, I'm more direct. You can go into a store and you can kind of chat with people, and I'm just not real outgoing typically. Richard, he can just carry on a conversation with like the checker or whatever, boom, boom. And I'm just like, they're ringing me up and I'm like, "Thank you, here's my credit card." I'm not talking a lot. So for me, if I'm more active, more specific, so what I do is I stand outside of a grocery store, and as people come out, I ask them, "Would you like a brochure?" And then I have these little drawing slips that I use that I'm sure you've seen. They're on Online Beauty Biz if you want them, but they're like little drawing slips that I use, and I say, I mail my brochures. Would you like to get on my mailing list? So those are ways to get the information. Another way is internet marketing. And so this could, if you do this right, this could be the same thing as prospecting for your 3 names. Because on the internet, the idea being you join groups of where you have interests. So Richard and I square dance. So we might get in square dance groups, and we might chat with the people there, and we're making friends with the people there, and we're providing, we're part of the conversation in the groups, right? And as you meet people, then you take it to a private message, take it to Facebook Messenger and say, "Hey, I sell Avon, would you be interested in a brochure?" So if you're into crocheting, if you're into puzzles, whatever you're into, find groups that are in those kinds of areas where your interests are. Get to know people, and then take it off of Facebook into a private message. Ask them if they would like a brochure, and then you can get their contact information. You can send them a digital brochure, or you can drop a brochure off for them, or mail them one, or whatever. So internet marketing can count as long as it is proactive and active, as in you're actually talking to somebody and you're getting their contact information. Did you have something you want to say?
No.
Okay. So let's scroll back up to this list. That's if you get the names of 3 people, that's a point. So then I actually added prospecting for team members. And the reason I added that was because we have 2 sides to our business. We have customers and team members. And both are important. And if you're working both sides, you're going to make more money. Let me see. Okay, Anitra says, "One idea I have is posting on my family page and asking my family if I could put them on my mailing list." There you go. So when they respond and they say, "Yes, you can add me," that's one of your names, right? So yeah, great. So now prospecting for team members, I'm giving you another point for that. So let's just say that you're giving books to people. Like, okay, let's say the way I do it. I stand outside a grocery store and I'm using those drawing slips, and I tell them, hey, I mail my brochures. Would you like to get on my mailing list? And if they most of the time they'll say okay, and they'll fill out the paper. Sometimes they'll say, no, is this your contact information? And I'll say, yes, give me a call if you want anything. And that's fine. Let them go. They don't push them. And that just won't be one of your 3 names, right? But you never know. They could still call you with an order or place an order on your website. So, but I always ask them, have you ever thought about selling Avon? And sometimes they're like, yeah. And okay. So then you can say, well, I can get you some information. So if you're talking to customers, and let's say you get names of 6 people that want a brochure, but 3 of them are interested in maybe becoming a representative, you've taken care of both of those first 2. So you've got 3 that are interested in selling Avon, and you've got 3 that are maybe interested in looking at a brochure, right? So those are your first 2 points. And you could do that daily. You get 3 people that might be interested in buying from you or looking at a brochure, and 3 people who might be interested in selling. Okay, then the next one is follow up with potential customers and recruits 2 to 3 days after meeting them. So as you're getting those names, it's really, really important. You need to be putting them into a list, because you're building your list. Every day you're getting 3 new names. So let's say it's Monday and you get 3 names of people who you give a book to, right? So 2 to 3 days later, like Wednesday or Thursday, you're going to text them and say, hey, this is Lynn with Avon. I met you at the grocery store. Just checking to see if there was anything I could help you with from the brochure. I mean, that's just that simple, right? Really simple. Follow up. And if they're a recruit, then we have a whole different follow-up system. But that is something you can do every day, because the people that you meet on Monday, like on Wednesday or Thursday, you're going to do the follow-ups. The people you meet on Tuesday, then Thursday or Friday, you're going to do the follow-ups. So once you get started and you have your 3 people, then you're going to do those follow-ups 2 to 3 days later. And you should be, at that point, be doing those follow-ups every day. So if we scroll down to the follow-ups, okay, so give them a brochure. And I mean, if you give them a brochure, it's just a quick call or text. Hi, it's Lynn, checking back to see if there's anything I can help you with. And if they're a potential recruit, here's a link right here to a blog post that shows you what we do with recruits. So, I'm going to have to fix this because, okay, I guess you'll have to copy it. I'll have to fix this PDF so that it will actually go to that link. But I can copy and paste it. Well, that worked really good. Okay, I need to fix follow up. Sorry about that. How to follow up and work and convert. Okay, here it is. How to follow up, work, and convert your Avon prospects. So this one goes into keeping track of your leads, and then the first thing you do is call them. Now, if you just talk to them live, you don't need to call them because you just talk to them. So then you're going to send them the first follow-up text, right? And I use Shuffle, and I have all of that stuff in here. I send an email, and then I have my scripts right here. Download my scripts. So I send a text right away. I use my Shuffle card. You can use a Shuffle card. I mean, you can get Shuffle for free for 1 card, or you can just, instead, you could say, hi, this is Lynn, blah, blah, blah. If you want more information about selling Avon, then send them to your website and have them click on Become a Representative. And Avon has an amazing YourAvon.com, Lynn Huber. So you go to Your Avon website. This is my Avon website. Click for you. Look at that. That tells them, hey, look, you can, if you're stuck at home, start earning money right away. We have award-winning products. You can make money. we have $3,250 in commissions in your first 8 campaigns. So you can literally make $3,000. And that's something when you're talking to people that you should talk to them about. Hey, because I mean, you know, millions of people are out of work right now. Our unemployment is higher than it's been since the Great Depression. And so people are out of work. People are hungry. They need money. And so you say to them, could you use a couple of $1,000s in the next couple of months? Would that benefit you? Because you can sign them up for free, right? So then they would just click on get started or start earning. And I'm going to put this in a private window because of cookies, it will say I'm already registered. Boom. And there you go. And then they would just sign up and it's free. So that's really simple. So you would send them to youravon.com/your ID, have them click on become a representative. It takes them to that page, this one here. And how simple is that? If you open this page up in your own phone, you can share it from your phone. You can actually share this page from your phone. So I will be teaching on that in the near future. It's just too much for today. So this talks about how to work and convert leads. I'll get that fixed in the PDF, okay? Let me see if it's in here. Prospect for team members, follow up. Okay, so it is good in here in the blog post. You can click on the link right there. Okay, then the next one is get a brochure to every customer. So, okay, so this is typically once per campaign. This isn't something you can do every day. So it's a new campaign. So let's see, campaign 15 ends on July 6th. Campaign 16 starts on July 7th. So sometime around that time, you're going to be getting a new brochure for campaign 16 to every customer. Now, keep in mind, you've been getting 3 names every day. So you've got 3 names Monday through Friday of this week. That's 15 names. So next campaign, that's 15 people you have to get a brochure to. Now, you can get them a paper brochure. If you've asked them if they would like a digital brochure, then that's fine too. You can text them a digital. I do a text list. And again, right here, Online Beauty Biz, automate your follow-ups. I mail my brochures. Richard and I, we've done it. You know, we've learned over the years. We were working a lot of hours. We were both working 60, 70 hours a week. I was commuting 3 hours a day. It was really hard to get books out to people, and so we bought a bulk mail permit and we started mailing our brochures. Now we use campaign mailer. It's actually cheaper, and it doesn't matter if my customer lives next door to me. They're going to get a brochure in the mail from campaign mailer because that's just how I keep track to make sure everybody got a book. So now, once a campaign, you're going to get a point for getting a brochure out to every customer. That means like all those people on your list that you need to get that brochure to. Okay, then the next one is follow-up text calls 2 to 3 days before you place your order. This is typically once a campaign too. Now this is not the same as following up with, you know, you gave somebody a book and now 2 days later you're going to follow up with them. This is another follow-up. This is 2 to 3 days before you place your order if you're going to place an order. If you are doing mostly online, then it's going to be 2 to 3 days before that campaign ends that you're going to send out a text or an email or whatever to everybody saying, hey, the campaign's going to end. Last day will be Monday. On Tuesday, we'll be on a new campaign. Or if you're going to be placing your order, you're going to send out a text or whatever, a call. I do text to most everybody, and I do voice shot calls where it's pre-recorded message to the people that I only have home numbers for. And that's all spelled out right here in the automate your follow-ups. We're going to go into these in more detail, but I think most of you, if you've been following me, you kind of know what I'm talking about. So that's 1 point per campaign, basically. I mean, if you place 2 orders a campaign, if you're like on a schedule where you're ordering once a week, then you can get a point a week. But this is not a point that you're going to get like every day, because this is, you know, you got a brochure to every customer, every campaign. That's 1 point for the campaign. You do follow-ups, that's 1 point for the campaign. And then we go to the next one, maybe. Okay, so now I'm going to give you a point for placing your order. So that's once a campaign again, or if you place 2 orders, like one every week, you can do it that way. You can get 1 for each order. But pretty much that's self-explanatory. Every successful Avon rep places an order once a campaign. This ensures that your account stays active and that you're able to order brochures or sales tools that you need. And so if you collected your customer orders, you'll place them with your order at this time. And if your customers have ordered direct delivery, then hey, that makes your job so much easier, right? You don't have to worry about it. I always suggest that you place your order earlier in the campaign, much better than later. I actually do my order on the first day of the campaign. So for those of you that are following along, we're in campaign 15 right now. I've already placed my campaign 15 order. My campaign 16 order will go in on the first day of the campaign, which would be July 8th, which is a Wednesday. It's the first day that I can order. So that's how I do mine. And then so that is pretty much 1 point per campaign. And then you're going to sort and deliver your customers' orders. That's 1 point per campaign. However, if you're delivering orders over several days, you can do 1 point for each day. So, if you have 20 orders and it's taking you, 2 or 3 days to get those deliveries out, you can do 1 point for each day because you're actively working your business. So I'm cool with that, right? That's pretty much just once a campaign when you're doing those orders. Okay, then I added this because this is a way for you to, if you other than active prospecting, there's lots of passive ways you can prospect. So I'm going to give you a point for doing passive prospecting. So that means putting brochures out door to door, or throwing them, like some people like to toss them in the driveways, taking them like to nail salons or hair salons. That is passive prospecting because you're not actually getting names, you're just getting books out, right? And so that's also a way, though, that will help you build your business because people will call you. We teach, like Richard and I, when we were putting books on doorsteps, we teach that you have to do it 6 times in a row. So if you take 100 books and you knock on the door and you introduce yourself and you get their name and number to follow up with them, out of 100 books, you might get 30 orders. Because you built that personal connection, right? If you just leave them on the doorstep without knocking, you might, if you're lucky, get 1 or 2 orders out of 100 books. But over that 6 campaigns, you'll end up with the 30 orders. So, if you're going to do it that way, just know that it's not active. You're not getting names and numbers. You're not following up, but it's still passive prospecting. Another thing that you can do for passive prospecting, go to the next page, is you can post on social media. So, again, you're going to get a point for that, for posting on social media, writing blog posts, doing Facebook Lives, stuff like that, because those are still things to grow your business. So you can still get a point for that. And then I added a point if you do an event or a party or a show, because those take time, right? If you're going to do an event at a show and you have a table, you're there for the whole day, or you're there for at least half a day or whatever. So you get a point for that. And, if you do a Facebook party and you invite people to your Facebook party, you can have a point for doing that. All of those things are going to help you grow your business. And then sponsor or appoint a new representative. So because recruits are so powerful to your business, I'm going to give you a point for every recruit. Plus, it's not easy to get. It's not like you're going to get more than 1 or 2 a day, not every day. So if you get people to join you and sign up to sell Avon with you, you can have a point for each one. Because, hey, that's pretty cool stuff, right? So to sign them up, you send them to your online store at youravon.com/your ID. Click on Become a Representative. It's really easy. And then you're going to get a point when you're doing your training contacts with your people. So we have a whole system again here. Back up. It's hard to. Okay. So we have how we get our new reps started. You can click right here. Help your new Avon representatives get started. So it's just that first link I have to fix. So this is how we get our new reps started. So there's a whole video here. There's text, that initial text that I send them. Hi, I actually text them and I go, hi, I'm Lynn. What do you prefer, text, type, or talk? Because they'll respond to that. And then I can get a conversation going with them, and then I can answer them back and say, hey, what made you decide to join Avon? And, that's what this is all here. And then there's a series of emails that I send. And I also I also send a welcome kit, which is here somewhere. Oh, here, welcome packet. It's a different post. So I also send immediately a welcome packet. I send it by priority mail. I send like some books, like 6 Avon books, and some paperwork to help them get started. All of that is here. And I know, you guys, I'm moving through this kind of fast, but it's all here. You can read through it on this blog post about the Daily 8 system, okay?
Getting started is a critical thing. You're probably going to feel overwhelmed with all the stuff that's happening. I usually wait till the end to say this, but you always feel overwhelmed. But this is, you want to go to getting started if you are new with Avon, or if you don't feel like you have a system, because you want to automate things. You want to get a system going. And it's no different than what you do in the morning. I mean, with me, I don't have a checklist, but I get up in the morning and I make my side of the bed, and I go in the bathroom. I go to the bathroom, I brush my teeth, take a shower, and I put on my Avon skincare so I can keep my skin pretty, and I'm off and ready for the day. But we all have a system. We all have things that we set up, automated things, even in your job. After a while, it just becomes automatic when you're in your job. And that's what you want to create here. You'll maybe need a checkoff list in the beginning to follow along on this, but after a while, it'll become automatic, and you'll be growing your business. And you say, wow, that was easy.
Yeah. So with these new recruits training contacts, you have a text that you send right away, an email you send right away. So you got a point for making that contact, right? And then 2 days later, you send email number 2. And so you get a point for doing that. And so, if you were signing up a whole bunch of people, you might like one day have 3 emails to send for 3 different people. Well, that would still be 1 point, because that's you doing your new recruit training contacts, right? So whether it's 1 or 3 or 4, you're probably not going to have a whole lot more than that, because you really are only sending these emails and texts and stuff the first couple of campaigns, like over the first really 2 weeks to get them started. And Anitra said, yeah, that's building a routine. Exactly.
Yes, exactly.
And you're starting small because you start off with, well, okay, you got 3 names today. That's all you got. You got 3 names. So put them on a list. Put them in a somehow, some kind of a list, how you're going to keep track of them. And then you're going to have to keep track of how you're going to do your follow-ups. An easy way to do that is to go to your calendar. And like I use a Google Calendar, and you can create a task in your calendar that just says follow-ups. And then in the text, in that text, you can say, Mary, email number 2. Mary White, whatever, email number 2. Susan Scott, follow up after 2 days after brochure, whatever. So that it makes it easy for you to track it. So it just needs to be one task in your calendar that says follow-ups, and you write in the notes all the things, and you just keep adding to them. Right? Okay, so that's your new recruits training contacts. And then if you're in leadership, review leadership reports. So that's going to be things like looking at team sales, looking at individual sales, no orders, who didn't place an order, it's the Thursday before the campaign ends, who hasn't placed an order, maybe I should email them, right, and remind them that they need to place an order. You need to know what's going on in your team. So if you don't have anybody on your team yet, there's no leadership reports for you to look at. But once you get started in leadership, you can get a point for looking at your leadership reports. And then business training. So participating in training is an essential part towards preparing yourself to be successful. So you want to learn how to be better at your Avon business. You need to go through Avon U and go through each of the modules in Avon U. Regularly attend meetings and events, maybe our Facebook Lives on Sunday, conference calls. Avon does Facebook Lives now probably almost 5 days a week. They're doing a lot of them where you can learn about the products. Always be learning. So if you do something to learn more about how to work your business, that's business training, right? So you get a point for that. And it could be 10 minutes, 15 minutes. It's not like I'm talking about a whole lot of effort. I mean, if they do a live and it's a half an hour, then you want to watch that. But maybe if you only have 10 minutes, you could do another module in Avon U. And then later on, you can do another module in Avon U. The idea is constantly be learning new things. And then personal development. I think this is really important. I think the reason most people that struggle in their Avon business is they don't have the belief in themselves. They don't have the belief that they can be successful. And most of the people that do well are amazing. They love to read, and they're students of personal development. So get really good at dreaming and acting on those things, and doing things that where you can believe that you can do this. I do a Facebook Live every morning, and it's on personal development, and usually they're between 5 and 10 minutes. So that could be your personal development time. Or, follow some people like Success Magazine has some great stuff. Jim Rohn, he's dead, but I mean, he still has a website, and they still run that website, and it has a lot of great information. But always be looking at ways to expand you, so you become bigger and better, right? You believe in yourself. Love your life as it is. Live your life as it is, and then expand your value to the world by becoming an ambassador of hope. The more lives that you touch in a positive way, the more value you bring to the world. It's really critical. And so here's a few examples. And, athletes that play professional sports, these guys make millions of dollars, right? These football players and basketball players. But they sell tickets by entertaining crowds through great competitive games. Ticket sales create revenue for the team owners and the ballparks and the cities even that people fly to watch those games. And so there's value that's created by the crowds that they attract, that are willing to part with their money. And so that's how they're providing value more than just playing the game. What they're doing is they're providing value to the whole community, to the whole area, right? Entertainers like Mariah Carey and Bruce Willis, they sell tickets to concerts and movies. They have box office appeal. So, the companies that work with them sell T-shirts and CDs. They fill stadiums and movie theaters. And so that attracts revenue because people pay to come and see them or listen to them. They get paid millions of dollars because they attract millions of people. That's why they make the big bucks. Bill Gates is a billionaire because he figured out a way to get a computer into every home in the civilized world. And so he has Microsoft. He sells the software. Pretty much, if you own a PC computer, you have to have his software. And the software makes your life better. And so he brings value through your site, to your life. He brings value to the whole world through Microsoft, right? And so the value is traded for money, right? So this is true for us too. Maybe we're not going to make multi-million dollars a year, but that's all right because we can increase our value by learning and growing. And as we grow, we become a more valuable contribution to society. So then we can share what we've learned with others. And then as our teams grow, we impact more people. We are helping the people that we bring into our team, we're helping them be successful. And the result of that is a bigger check for us and a growing, thriving team, right? And as we get better at building relationships and providing value to others, more people that we touch are willing to vote with their dollars, meaning that more people are going to be willing to be your customers. More people are going to, they're going to believe in us, in our belief in them, and they're going to build an Avon business because they're on our team, and then their customers are going to vote with their dollars by buying Avon products. So if you're financially successful at what you do, most likely it's because you offer people something that they're willing to pay for because the benefit they receive is worth the money, or maybe worth more than the money, right? So that's the basics of this program. And if we go back to the second page, there you go. There's the points. So you can try to get 8 points a day. And if you get 8 points a day over 5 days, that's 40 points in a week. And if you're doing that, you're going to grow your business. The thing you need to remember, though, is it builds on itself, right? So you get 3 names today. Let's just talk about customers right now. I'm not even talking about recruits. So you get 3 names today. You get 3 names tomorrow. You get 3 names on Tuesday. You get 3 names on, all week. That's 15 names. And then you're of course going to follow up with them 2 to 3 days for each one after you've received, after you've given them a book. You're going to it's just a simple text. Hey, this is Lynn, just checking to see if there's anything you wanted, right? Or anything I can help you with. And then you're going to have all those names that you're going to need to send books to. And then you're going to need to do follow-up reminders before your order goes in. And then the next week you get 15 more names. So now you have 30. And then the next week you get 15 more names, so now you have 45. So can you see, as you build up those numbers, if you started off right by putting a system into place where you keep track of those people, how are you going to manage them and all that? Then as you build, it's easier and easier because you already know what you're doing, right? So here comes the incentive part of this. So every Saturday or Sunday, I'm going to have you go to a website called yourdaily8.com. And I'll post it in the Facebook group. First off, you guys all need to be in the Online Beauty Biz Facebook group because I'm really going to mostly run it from there. So if we go to Facebook, oops, well, okay. This is the group, right? Wants to show my live. This is the group, Online Beauty Biz. So you'll want to join this group because we're going to do recognition in this group. Now, I'm going to post in all three groups that I'm in. I'm in the Online Beauty Biz, I'm in our team group, and I'm in the Utah Avon Reps. I'm going to post in all of those groups every weekend saying, hey, have you posted your numbers yet? But we're going to do the recognition in Online Beauty Biz. So you want to join this group, okay? Online Beauty Biz private group. And what you're going to do is Saturday or Sunday, you're going to come to this form. It's yourdaily8.com. And you're going to fill this out. So your email address, your first name, your last name, the current campaign, how many points did you earn this week? You just need your total. So if it's 40, put 40. If it's 20, put 20, whatever. What were your wins this week? What did you accomplish or do well, or what are you really proud of? So you'll put that in there. What did you not do so well, and how can you do better next time? And you'll put that in there. And then I'm going to be using this information for trainings and maybe to call you out or whatever. So I'm asking you here, is it okay to use your name? You know, the wins or lessons are going to be shared. But if you don't want me to use your name, I will do my best to not use it, okay? I'm not perfect, but I will try really hard. So,
yeah, this isn't meant as a gotcha. It's meant as a learning tool.
Absolutely, and it's not meant. Every single one of us struggle in one way or another, or maybe we struggle from time to time, and we're really good from time to time. But something that maybe you learned, something that maybe you didn't do so well, and how can you do better next time? That could really benefit somebody else who's struggling with the same thing. So Richard's absolutely right. It's not a gotcha. We're not judging anybody. This is not what it's going to be about. This is going to come from love, and it's going to come from, we're going to recognize you. And we're going to call you out and recognize you. We're going to make you feel like you're really an important part of this. So I can't make you feel really important unless you participate. So you need to fill this out. Okay. So now I need your contact information. Hold on one sec. So this part here is not required, but please, please, please fill it all in the first time you fill out a form. The only reason I didn't make it required is that you don't have to put your address in every time you fill it out, but I need your address. So please put it in the first time at least. And then any comments that you want to add, and then submit it. So if you fill this out, you might get a card from me in the mail. You might get recognition. You never know. If you're doing really good, I might send you some gifts. So it is an incentive in that way, but it's more of an incentive like we're all going to work together. We're going to have the best year ever, and we are going to grow your business because I want to grow your business. Whether you're on my team or not, I'm here to help you. And so all of our trainings from now on are going to follow this Daily 8 system. All of our trainings. So our next Sunday, we're going to talk more about prospecting. And then the next Sunday after that, we'll talk more about follow-up and all that. But for right now, study this blog post, Your Daily 8. Get to the top of it. Study this blog post. Work your way through it. I have links to everything if you need more information. And download this form and get busy with your points. Now, if you submit your form and you have 10 points, I'm not gonna call you out and you didn't do a good job or whatever, because first off, I don't know what your goals are. So I don't know if maybe your goal was to get 10 points. I don't know, right? So this isn't about who got the most points. This is an honest reflection of your business. And the thing is, if you do this, if you get 8 points a day, 5 days a week, do it for 90 days, track where you're at, and then start over and do it again for another 90 days, and then start over and do it again for another 90 days. And I can guarantee you, you're going to start moving up the charts. And if you're doing leadership and you're bringing people in and you're working this, you're going to keep moving up, and you're going to get big bonuses from Avon for promoting in leadership. I mean, they have $500 bonus, and then they have $1,000 bonus, and all this stuff that's there for you. And if you're new and you're in your first 8 campaigns, then you also want to follow the pathway to premier, because there's, $3,000 some odd dollars for you there that you can earn. Let's see. Let's back up. Denise says, I didn't see the beginning. We'll be able to make a copy of this.
Yeah, copy of this. Yeah.
Denise, you can print this out. This is right here. It's on this right here. Print this sheet out. Click here to download the Daily 8 plan. So you can print that out. It's all on onlinebeautybiz.com, your Daily 8. And the actual link is onlinebeautybiz.com/your-daily-8. So it's pretty easy to get to. You could search for your Daily 8 here, but right now it's right in the front. So if I go to home, it's the first one. I mean, there will be another post tomorrow, so it'll move down one, but you should have an easy time finding it. And then Sherry says, you make us feel important all the time. Oh, Sherry, I'm glad you feel important, because you are important. You are. So what questions do you guys have? I know I went through it pretty fast, but I had a lot of information to get to. And like I said, we're going to turn everything into this Daily 8. We're going to come back to this form over and over again, because bottom line is there's 5 simple steps to grow your business. I mean, there's really only 4, but I'll call 5, and I'll tell you why. The first one is you have to get new people to talk to. You have to prospect for new customers and new recruits. Then number 2 is you have to get an Avon brochure out to them every campaign, because you're a good Avon representative, right? You're dependable and reliable, and people can depend on you. So you're going to get them a book every campaign. They're not going to have to go looking for one. You're going to get it to them. Number 3, you do the follow-up with every one of the people that you gave a book to every campaign. You do a quick follow-up with them. Hey, my order's going in on Wednesday or whatever day it is. If you want anything, let me know by tomorrow. And then number 5, wash, rinse, and repeat. So prospect for new people, get a book in their hands or a digital link in their phone, whatever. Follow up, and then rinse and repeat. That's what you need to do. And then the rest of this is personal development, learning the details, learning more about how to build a successful business. And that's why you can earn points for that stuff, for learning more about how to be successful with Avon, personal development. You can get all these points. So there's lots of ways for you to get points. And I didn't even put everything on there, but so if you do something, find a way to fit it in there, right? It's all on the honor system. Nobody's checking you. I couldn't anyway. If you're not on my team, I can't check. If you're on my team, I guess I could kind of. But it doesn't matter, because I'm not your boss. I'm your coach. I'm here to cheer you on, right? We're here to cheer you guys on. And because this was something that could be for everybody, I decided not to limit this to our team. Because every one of you can do this. Every one of you can post you can go to yourdaily8.com. You can log your numbers. Excuse me. And then I can recognize you. I can call you out. I could say how amazing you are. I could brag about you. I could say, oh, look at this. Look at what I learned from Sherry. She tried it this way and it didn't work, but she thinks it'll work better this way, right? Mm-hmm. And so why not? Why not? A rising tide lifts all ships. So why don't we all rise together and grow our business and have an amazing 2020? I know this year is jacked. It is. This year's jacked. We're halfway through it. And I've kept my business going, and I hope you have too. But even if you haven't, if you've I know I've had a couple of team members that reached out to me that said they shut down their business when COVID happened. So use this as a way to get back into business, a way to get going again, and build it up. And you guys, I promise you, if you do this, if you can get 8 points a day and you keep working this and keep working it, I guarantee you, you're going to have a business that you're not even going to recognize a year from now. Mm-hmm. It's going to be huge. But you got to be consistent. You got to keep doing it every day, 5 days a week. Check off these points. Anitra says, I wish I would have met you when I was in my first 8 campaigns. Oh, I love you.
Well, that's the beauty of this, is if you're new, this is a great way to get you started. So you can create a routine to run your business, automate things. And if you're not new, if you've been around a while and you're unhappy with your business, or you just want to check to see how much of this stuff you're doing, you're going to find things in here that you're doing or you're doing wrong, and you can help it grow your business. And the whole idea is for us to make money. That's the whole reason why we do this. So this is going to be a big help to everybody, no matter if you're new or if you've been doing it for 10, 12 years.
So Bonnie says you guys are pretty amazing. Thank you, Bonnie. I love you too. So you guys, do you think this is something that's easy to follow? I mean, I think it's pretty simple. I hope that you do. It's really, really that simple. If you get 8 points a day, 5 days a week, and you keep doing this every day in and day out, 90 days, and then start over again and keep doing it for another 90 days. A year from now, your business is going to be so incredible. And I can't wait to see what it's going to look like. So I will schedule a post probably for Friday night or Saturday morning in the Facebook group saying, don't forget to log your numbers, and I'll give you the link to this Daily 8, and then you can go in there and you can log your numbers. And the key is just do it, and then we'll come together every Sunday. We'll figure out, what questions people have. So if you have questions, be prepared to get on the Facebook Live on Sunday and ask your question. And then if you know ahead of time that you struggled with this or you're not sure, or you can ask the question on the forum, and then I can address it too. So, but we're here for you. Let's just kind of come around this Daily 8 system. Let's make this work for us, and let's have an amazing year. Let me come back to
Denise has
Denise says, you show us all some great things. Thank you, guys. And Anitra says, looks simple. There you go. Awesome. Let me go back to just us. Okay. So that was it. Be sure to check out that blog post. All the links are there. I'll fix the link in the Daily 8, but it is good in the blog post. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week. Next Sunday, we'll talk more about prospecting for customers, I think. But yeah. Yeah,
and then we may have a bunch of questions that come up on this that'll give us more things to talk about, because we can work through them with everybody. So be honest with because this is going to help you. It doesn't matter to us, but it's even some. Not that we know everything too, but you may come up with some ideas on some of this stuff that might be better than anything we thought of. Yeah. So everybody, just be honest with it and see how you can grow your business.
Yeah. So one thing I would like to ask is, Sherry says, "Thanks, guys. You're special." Thank you, Sherry. Thank you. I appreciate you. And Rick says, thanks, Lynn and Richard. Thank you, guys. The one thing I would like to ask, and it's not a problem already, so I don't think it will be, but let's hold each other up, okay? Let's go in the Online Beauty Biz group, and let's support each other and raise each other up and acknowledge people for the accomplishments they made. And I'm going to be doing my best to recognize the heck out of you guys, make you feel really important. And I want everybody to come around and also help make everybody feel important, okay? Yep. Together, we can do amazing things. Mm-hmm. All right. So that's what we have for you guys. Go out there and have an amazing week, and go out there and start building your points. And we'll be back next Sunday. Same time, same place. Next Sunday. Oh, you know what? It's 4th of July.
Well, it's Saturday. I don't know about Sunday. 4th of July is on Saturday.
That's true. We'll probably be here next Sunday. Yeah. Watch for a post from me. And then I'll make a point to post in the groups so that you can remember to fill out the form. So I'll see you then. Have an amazing week.
Have a great week, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.